Hi lovelies, welcome back to my channel. My name is Simbiat. If you are stopping by for the first time, don't make it your last by clicking on the subscribe button and also turning on post notification. Yes, so we're going to be making donut today. Kitchen 101 continues. Let's get right into these. OGs, I love you guys. You already know. Boom. Alright, so for this we're going to be needing melted butter, sugar, nutmeg, milk flavor, yeast, and that's instant yeast, and then flour, baking flour. First step is to sift all your dry ingredients. Yes, so I'm going to be sifting the baking flour. I'm going to also sift the sugar, the yeast, and the milk flavor. Every dry ingredient that I have, I'm going to sift it. Everything I showed you in the earlier picture, aside from the butter. So in addition to the other ingredients that I showed, I'm going to be using milk and egg. Okay guys, so you might have noticed that in my catering 101 videos I've not been doing a lot of measurement because I've been using village people vibe. They just been telling me is enough and I do okay, that's nice. So it's just been discretion all along. That's why I've not been dropping any measurement or so it's just you know I'm just gauging this. Okay, this should be enough, this should be all right. It's just my first try, just seeing how it's going to turn out. So okay, so after sifting everything, I mixed them together. I added one large egg, another one, there's two large eggs, and then the melted butter. It was about, let me just take a random guess, that butter is like 100 gram or less. So 100 gram or less. So I melted it and then I added it. I actually used a margarine. What's it called? I cannot remember the name, but it's like in the classes of this sachet margarine. Yes, if you know, you know. Okay, so after that I just knead, mix it together with my hand, and I do that. Then I added the milk, so I just added powdered milk into a cup and added warm water, and like really warm water, like okay, really warm, not too hot, not too cold, but it's closer to cold than hot, if you get what I mean. So just keep mixing and mixing, and everything comes together, and you have like a smooth dough, a very smooth dough. You can see the way it's coming together. Like your hand becomes clean when you work this. You're going to need it for about 20 minutes, guys. Just keep working it, work it very well, and then after that you're going to set it aside and allow it to rise. Oh gosh, you have to let it rise, because no, what's a donut without it rising? But guys, disclaimer, it's my first time and there were a lot of try and errors, but it still turned out great, some of it. Okay, so now I close it with a clean napkin, and then cover a pot lid, and then I leave it for 45 minutes, and then I came back and ooh, it has risen, it has rose, it is arose, I don't know. So it has risen, and I'm just going to knead it back to shape, and then I'm going to place it on my tray. So I just dusted the tray with some flour, baking flour, and then I just cut the dough into smaller pieces before I make it into a ball shape, into a nice ball shape. And then we're going to be leaving this again to rise. So we're going to be leaving it to rise for about 45 minutes again. Just let it rise. So it depends, some people leave it for like an hour, but in this my try and error stage, I left it for 45 minutes or close to an hour. That wasn't even enough because I still had to leave it again. You would get to know why in later on in the video. Okay, so this is it. So I'm just working it to form like a nice ball shape. I don't want any crack, just really you just have to use your hand to get what you want. It's the lines for me, guys. Okay, so I'm just going to do that to all the cuts, and then since I don't have a weighing scale, the dough are not like equal sizes. I just had to do something. You can see I did like a knotted dough and then the one with the O in the middle. So after covering it for about an hour, it has risen, and then I tried to fry. And then I noticed that first off, my oil was too hot. Second of all, the dough was not easy to take off the tray, so it just got flat. It just rose and it's just like filled with air, and then immediately you lift it up, it kind of deflates. So I almost wanted to cry. Can you imagine? What is this? But then there's no giving up here, guys. So I kept trying. This also deflated and got burnt again. In fact, it was even worse than the other one, I think. And so I was about giving up, like, what is all this? This actually spoiled my mood. Making the dough was great because I was, okay, first timer, you're doing this. Okay, so this time around I was gentler with it. I dropped it into the oil, I reduced the heat to the minimum, and then it was a bit okay, but it wasn't as smooth as I wanted it to be. It was still feeling very crunchy outside. That's not what I'm going for, guys. I wanted something very fluffy and not crunchy outside. Or those jam dough now. So I had to put a tissue underneath it. I didn't have the other one, so I had to use the normal tissue paper, and then I placed it again, and then I left it again to rise, and then I started to fry on low heat. But guys, the oil was already hot, so it still got burnt, and I was like, what else am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? Should I just give up, or should I continue? No, this broke my heart a lot, but the only thing is it didn't deflate as much, and that gave me joy. So I was like, we're still gonna do this, guys. It really got burnt, and then tissue paper could not leave, so you have to get something. You have to use a fry pan that is wide, add enough oil, reduce the heat, and then use a tissue paper. Is it parchment paper they call it, that you can easily remove from the oil? So if you are using a flatter pan, it will be easier. And then reduce your heat, guys. Low heat is the best, so just let it cook and fry kind of thing, and then flip it over, let the other side fry, and it is what it is, guys. So I just had to be gentler and careful. The tissue paper was hard to remove, and the oil was hot. I couldn't dip my hand inside the pot because the pot wasn't, I was trying, you see, the pot wasn't the flattest, it wasn't wide, it was very narrow kind of thing, so I couldn't do so much. So guys, this was it when I was calmer, easier, gentler. I was just fast. And so these are the OGs, guys, the try and errors, the fails. But then after the failure comes the success, guys. So what did they say about practice makes improvement? This is not perfect yet, but this is improvement. So guys, you can give it a try yourself, and then you come out with beautiful and amazing results. Thank you guys for watching. Love you guys. Bye.